You're watching Two Button Crew.
The daily show for Nintendo fans.
This is Scott.
And this is Simeon.
Hope everyone had a beautiful Thanksgiving and Black Friday. You know we did.
Yes, and even a good Cyber Monday. Hope you had a good one of those.
We love Octodad, if you can't tell.
Yes, we do.
But how much do we love the game itself? There's so much love about the dad.
Absolutely. So. The concept is just a fantastic idea. I don't think anybody would look at this and say, that's a terrible idea.
Right.
It's very hysterical.
You boil it down to the concept, and it's one of the pure joys of gaming. You can do anything and have a lot of fun with it.
Absolutely.
So this is Octodad's one of the highlights of indie gaming, and we'll see how the port did to Wii U.
Yes.
So for the sequel, Octodad Dadliest catch.
That's true.
And you got it.
And I got it. And I've played it, and I've beaten it. I haven't gotten everything yet. In fact, I think there's one hidden mission that I didn't get to or something. I don't know. There's something in the level select that wasn't there.
That's healthy.
Yeah. So I haven't 100%ed it yet, but I've definitely played through it, and so we'll see how it holds up.
So I have a question, because when I first heard that Octodad was coming to Wii U, I wasn't off the bat aware that it was a sequel. I thought Dadliest Catch sounded a little bit more like a director's cut, so I soon found out that it was the sequel. Did it feel like a sequel, and did you feel like you were missing things from not playing the first one?
No. In fact, I heard that it was a sequel, but I almost didn't believe it, because this takes you from your wedding day, and then it goes from there to you having kids, and it feels like, and then the whole rest of the story, it feels like it's not a sequel. It feels like one complete story from beginning to end, and I didn't feel like there was anything that was missing or I would have missed out on. So I think it is a complete experience. I didn't feel confused at any point.
Good. Only
confused that it was a sequel, and that maybe Octo Person or Octo Man I would have expected before this, where he's a bachelor, but not Octodad. I wouldn't have expected that.
Octo Bachelor.
Octo Bachelor. Make that next.
Lots of empty pizza boxes to fling around.
Yes. Yes.
So what are the controls? This is the crux of the game, isn't it?
Yes, and it has to vary by system, because if you're playing it on PC, you have to do it with the mouse, and you have to press the space bar to switch into leg mode or whatever.
But for us Nintendo fans,
it is the left stick controls your horizontal. What is this? The X? No, this is the, I think, Z-axis movement.
We can call it the horizontal axis.
Yeah, the horizontal axis movement, and then the right stick controls the vertical axis movement. And so you have to use both to control your arm, and then you press R or A to pick things up, and then to control your legs you press ZL to control your left egg. Wow, your left leg with the sticks.
It was Thanksgiving, not Easter.
Oh, that's bad.
Sorry.
Excellent.
But I'm confused. Okay, so you have a trigger for each leg.
Yes.
But what about your arm? Yes, there's one axis, but which arm are you moving on that axis?
It's one arm. I think it's your right arm. You only move one arm. The other arm doesn't move.
Really?
Yeah, it's just one arm that you control, and your legs you press buttons to control, and it's the same thing with the sticks, same axes.
Okay.
So those are the controls for most of the game. And that's a very complicated thing. So you have to do that until you get near the end of the game.
Yeah.
And then it becomes one button control. No sticks.
Is that so?
One button control. Not even joking you, for like a level and a half.
Is that a spoiler? Because it's too late.
It's too late to apologize. It's too late.
All right. So how long did it take you to beat the game?
It took me, from the time I bought it to the time I beat it, I wasn't playing it every day.
Yeah.
But it took me within a week to beat it, but it was I would say it's about a 5-hour game to complete, maybe.
Okay.
It takes a little bit of time getting used to and getting into. Maybe not that much, but probably around there. So it's a good.
How funny is the game? I know it's funny to watch. I know that Let's Plays of Octodad have been some of the most popular Let's Plays ever. Did you laugh during the 5 hours that you're playing it?
I did laugh, and one of the things that is the highlight is not just the cutscenes, but while you're playing, listening to the people in the background talk. It is very humorous. They have like this weird dialogue. Whoever wrote the dialogue was a genius because the kids are talking about how they want to go to Planet Unicorn or whatever. It's just like you feel like you're in real life, and I did laugh, especially like at the grocery store.
In real life, Octodad.
Yeah, Octodad in real life. At the grocery store, there's a guy that speaks over the intercom, and he says, our meat comes from, and then he's like trying to mumble somebody like, we don't want them to know that our meat comes from, and then he's like, oh wait, this is on. He's like, our meat comes from nowhere. Have a happy time shopping at Gerbison's or whatever. It's really, really humorous, and I really liked it.
Does that NPC dialogue get repetitive? Like you might hear the same track more than once?
I think I might have heard the same dialogue more than once a couple of times, but honestly, It doesn't really get repetitive as long as you don't continually die over and over again.
Very cool. So what do you think of Octodad's graphics?
I would have to say if there was a problem, it was with the graphics. And I'm not one that's you have to be superb graphically. As long as it doesn't distract from the gameplay, I don't mind.
And then, artistic is a bonus from there.
Absolutely. So I think that's where it did have a problem because, there was, obviously if you're having something flop around the entire stage, it's going to have some clipping issues. If he gets under something, you're going to see his head poke out through the top of something. So you're going to have some of those issues and camera issues also. I think that's the other big issue. But also, not throughout the entire game. Every once in a while there would be graphical glitches, but in one room especially, there was a ton of slowdown because of the amount of stuff in the room.
Oh, poor
WiiU. So, yeah.
Poor WiiU was breathing hard, huffing and puffing.
Yeah, but it was only at one portion in the game, one room that I really noticed it. So
and it might have performed better on other consoles or something.
It might indeed have. So that was one downside that I ran into.
Give us NX for those really complicated rooms.
Absolutely, seriously.
How about the music? Was it memorable?
The main theme is pretty memorable. It's this weird surfer rock about Octodad.
That's fitting.
Being really cool. Yes, surfer music. So the main theme was memorable. The rest of it is mostly, it's about doing mundane tasks and it's about going through regular life. So it's pretty easygoing. Not anything really memorable, but it's not anything distracting or anything really terrible either.
So it's fitting.
Yeah, it's fitting. The music is fitting.
Okay, so we talked about the controls, and you have to do different stuff. Is that based on puzzles or fetch quests, or what's the thing here?
A lot of it is puzzles, and it's really nice. A lot of it is just working around the controls and even platforming. There's one particular section in the aquarium where you have to do some platforming, and it is kind of...
That sounds cool.
Yeah, but most of it's puzzle and problem solving and stuff like that. Don't drop the prop.
Sorry.
And so that's the main gist of the game is working through puzzles with these weird controls. Yeah. And so you have to think outside the box, and it's really quite good.
All right. So overall, you recommend it?
I do recommend it. I wouldn't give it a 10 out of 10. I wouldn't say this is the best indie game of all time.
Yeah.
I don't know. 7.5 out of 10, 7 out of 10. Still really good. Definitely check it out. But
glad it came to Wii U.
I am super glad it came to Wii U. Otherwise, I don't know if I would have had the joy of experiencing it.
So we made Octodad in Real Life our original Octodad video.
Yes.
And then you got this game and played it. So did playing it make you rethink anything about your performance of Octodad?
I think so. I think I had seen a bunch of clips of Octodad moving, but after having played through it and seen how he moved, I think I would have done certain things a little bit differently. I would have moved a little bit differently. But overall, I think I did an okay job.
being Octodad is a blast. Check out our Octodad
Absolutely.
in real life videos.
Yes.
And click on those and be very entertained. Thanks for the review, Simeon.
Absolutely. Thank you for interviewing me for the review.
And we should call it intereviews.
Interreview.
Thank you for watching, and thank you for being part of the crew.
Don't forget to like, to comment, to subscribe, and most of all, to share it with your friends.
We'll see you guys next time.
Signing off.